Okay. I don't want to say some reason because I think it's not very intuitive. Students really struggle with the graph of, a function versus you are now learning to not hit the button on the thing because that goes away. The graph of the derivative, okay? So remember the derivative is the graph of slopes. So some teachers, the mean ones, will make you sit there and find the slope at a lot of points and do a graph. And maybe that's a good way to understand it, but I don't make you do that. So what I do is just say, have a general idea of what the graph would look like. So let's just pick a function. So there is my function. There is f of x over, well, actually, as you hear me say in my videos, and I just wasn't going to do it, I tend to like to draw the graph of the derivative right below it, and you'll see why. So some things to remember, and you might mark these, is if you're above the x-axis, I was like looking up there and I'm like, I don't know, concentrate, Cindy. If you're above the x-axis, then the derivative, the slopes are increasing, you know, like that. If you are on the x-axis, a zero slope, constant. If you are below the x-axis, you have a negative slope. So all I do is, the first thing I do is I find where all the zeros are. Zeros meaning that, constant slope. I don't mean zeros like students will be like, those zeros? No. Where the slope equals 0. And then what I do is I go straight down and tell me, and I put a point there. And so now from here, just a general idea of what this function looks like. It's increasing, so it's above the x-axis. It's flat, it's on the x-axis. It's decreasing, so it's below the x-axis. It's flat, so it's on the x-axis. It's increasing, and it's above. And then what I do from here is I just connect the dots. Okay, so it might be kind of ugly, but that's the graph of the derivative. That's how I do it. Sometimes you might get some weird ones like, let's say if I want to graph x squared, right? And as you guys are learning your shortcuts, you already know the derivative should look like a line, 2x, right? But why? But why, Cindy? Why? Why? So what do I do when they come for you? I look for the 0. This is decreasing below 0, increasing above. Look at there. So these do take practice. They're not very intuitive just to look at them really quick and see which one is which, but that's kind of what I do. And in fact, I was cheating over here, and let's take that off. So I was kind of looking like, say, at this first one. I know that the graph is increasing, so it has to be one of these that's above the graph. I also know that it's hitting 0. It looks to be around this negative, I don't know, negative something right there, and then it decreases. So that's how I know it's that one. Okay, so those are the kind of things that I look for. Again, I think the easiest thing is to find the zeros. Like, there's no way this is this one, because this is a negative. This 0 is like over here somewhere, right? And so practice these, practice. Reach out with any questions. You're welcome.